Thanks for staying with us. So there's a video that went viral on social media about a few weeks ago. A mother saw a woman and her kids on the road and decided to help them. She said she rented a house for them, bought a bed, gas cooker, gave them provisions, and even paid for power. However, barely 3 weeks later, she spotted the same woman and her children sleeping on the floor in the same spot where she had picked them from. She was shattered and wondering why people do these things. And she was seen in the video shouting and screaming. Now, this was quite relatable because we've taken stories in the past several times where people have said they've tried to help beggars, seen them on the bridges, paid them for their medical bills, tried to get them an accommodation. Some people even set up a store for them to sell. But they always come back and find them back in that same spot. What are your thoughts on this? What do you think can be done? What are we not doing right? What are these philanthropists doing wrongly? What could they do better to make it better so that their benevolence can be sustainable? Or how do we re-educate ourselves to do better? Please join the conversation 081 076 41679 090 241 You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag your view TVC so we can read the tweet. So this video obviously caught everybody off board because many people felt the pain of the lady, you know, the lady who tried to help this young lady, and you see that she would appreciate her benefactor by remaining in where she has provided for her, but she was seen back on the road. Nima, let me start with you because I know that this kind of things. You can relate. I know. That's why I wanted to come to you. But what are your thoughts?
It's such a painful thing. Number one, first of all, can Lagos State help me take those kids away?
Okay, let me pause you because some people have not seen the video. Let them watch the video and come to you. Let's see this video. So many criticize the woman for, why are you shouting at them? Why are you being mean? In fact, I saw somebody saying that you should have just given her money because you bought her, you got her a house, you got all this facility and stuff to use in the house, but you didn't give her enough money. Maybe that's she needed more money. That's why she came back.
There's nobody that
others that yeah. So I'm just saying that these are different things people say.
That person probably is using the feet up the other way, because you cannot fault this lady. She didn't just give her money and say go on with your problem. She took time to say, what is that problem that you have? Maybe if things were to turn out, not for her, I don't think the lady was looking out for the adults in this case. It was the children. Because you see the emphasis, why are you using those children?
Yes.
So first of all, let somebody take those kids because they prey on children like that. They might not even be her kids. They might be a deceased family member. All of you, this is how we feed you. And it's a trade. You go and arrange them where pity will come. You are passing, the moment you see them, you turn, and then you try to do something. So there's a time I was driving home in Amatan, and I saw a friend's kids. I will not call her because she's someone I know very well. Sitting in the Amatan there, they had just broken that slum where they used to live, and I've always related with their mom. I went home, I saw my own kids without their sweaters. They were just there. I don't want to wear clothes. I was like, in this weather. So I went back out of, what do you need to rent a room? She said, if I see money, the moment the money was paid, she went back to the slum. And we've remained friends like that. I've just respected her slum knowledge and minded my business going forward. It's true. Because whatever comfort she's enjoying there, she will not give it up for anything. If you ask her, she say, that's where market used to move fast. That's where something used to come fast. There's nothing in the world you tell her. She won't change her mind. And if you ask for your money back, you become a wicked person. So...
Let me come to you, Ma'am. What are your thoughts on this?
Just first of all, just well done to that young lady. As you can see, she's like a young girl, yes. And obviously she seemed moved by the situation the children are in. And she did her best. But the truth is, all these sayings when they say you can take a horse to water, you can force it to drink, these are the sort of things that show you, how human beings think. Because it's beyond the physical. Someone else may have received this and just bounced off from that. But this woman went back to what she knows best, what she's comfortable with. No matter how traumatic the situation is, no matter how uncomfortable, no matter how, you are looking at it like this has to be the saddest situation. That is what she knows. That's what she finds, comfortable. But for me, it also shows ingratitude. If you thought this was a better life for you, Why did you collect their money? Why did you enter the house that they had rented for you? If you had other problems while you were in that house, was she too far away for you to call her or try and reach her and say, okay, maybe she gave you rent, she gave you a place, but you needed money to buy? Because I hear that where some people say, I have everything, but even money to buy sanitary towel, I don't have. So maybe she could not get some small cash. Was she able to reach out to the lady again? Or was she feeling afraid that after all this, what this woman has done for me, you know, I can't ask her for small change. Yeah. But apart from that, why will you carry those children back to the road? Why didn't you take your own self, the adult, back to the road and make sure that your children are in safety and in comfort? So really, we'll just do our best and hope that
So let me just put out that I was in 2 days. 2 days after they rented her an apartment.
3 weeks.
2 days. Said not up to 3 weeks. She said she could have understood if it was up to 3 weeks, maybe they ran out of things. In 2 days, I rented a house for them. 2 days after, I saw them sleeping on the floor. I bought them bed, everything. I would give her money to start a business. And this night, I saw them sleeping on the same spot where I picked them from. This shattered my heart. It's not even up to 3 weeks. I got them a house.
Okay, yeah, so 3 weeks.
She saw my car and then asked the kids to stand up. Right. So that was her.
BC, let me come to you.
My sister, with what I know now, I've realized that there's some help I cannot give. Not because I don't have the capacity to give that help, but I'm beginning to understand how the human mind works, and I will do my best to try and just break it for us to get it. So when you can start out something just because you want to survive, and you do it over and over and over, it becomes a habit. It becomes you. It's now a part of you. So break you out of that is not 1 day, 2 days, no matter what anybody is saying, because your neural pathways are already wired in that direction. Like she said, it's become your comfortable place. That woman went back to her safe place. She went back to what she knew. You've offered her that life that you think is better for her, but that's not what she knows. She may not know how to survive. She would have to be re-engineered, retrained, her mindset reprogrammed to be able to accept this new reality. You took her away from her comfortable reality, what she's used to a new place. It will not be automatic, especially if it's already ingrained in her. So from the outside, we see it as, I gave you something, I expect you to do this work, and you're not willing, you are lazy, you are this, you are that. To that person, this is all I know. She may not be able to articulate it, but that's because so when you want to change a habit, your subconscious mind that is used to the habit will fight everything, tooth and nail, because you are taking me to an unknown terrain. I don't know how I'm going to survive here. And your subconscious mind is trying to protect you. It's trying to keep you safe in what you are familiar with. That's what is happening. When I saw that video and I saw her response, in her mind, she has not done anything now. I've not done anything. Madam, why are you? I've not. She was trying to explain her. No, I'm just saying. Looking at you can tell she may not be able to articulate it. But in her mind, like, I know you have tried for me, but this is what I know. You see, now, when we have that understanding, Mariah, sorry about that. When we have that understanding, the first thing is not to dish out money or to lift the person off that place entirely. We need to now start looking into rehabilitation of the mind for that person to move. So we're very used to when we need to, help people. We throw money at them, we lift them up, we change their clothes. Check all the people that have been lifted up in somewhat this way. How they turn out at the end of, some of them cannot manage that new status. Yeah. They cannot manage that new reality. So we ourselves, when we're helping from an informed place, we need to change the direction of that help. Give that person time to rehabilitate. Get the mindset ready for this new reality so that when you're not putting in the resources, the person is ready to pick up from there.
When you're talking, you brought me to something where even if you bring it to governance, so governments will try and build this humongous train station, world class. Nigerians that just need to get from point A, they need Kurupe is fine, just take it from point A to point B. But some of us feel like, until you, and they're like, we don't need this. I just need to get, because for my office, for my house to my shop, Kurupe can solve my problem. So all these humongous, beautiful stations that have all these things is not what I need. I mean, I'm just trying to juxtapose that to reality, how we try to do so much based on what we see Oh, how it's done abroad. We want to do this, want to help this person to give them a house, give them this. But all the person just needs is something small to go from point A to raise his kids' feet. So maybe she was trying to be helpful, but she didn't give the right kind of help for that person at that time. Ima.
So for her,
Okay, go on.
okay, so with her, I would not even put all that pressure on her. She did what she could do with the resources that she had.
A lot of resources.
With compassion in her heart, do you understand? Empathy, and that's what she did. But, you know, for countries that practice social services properly, that do it, it's a process.
Yeah, it is.
They have done it many times where they take people out of the streets or on the road and put them in shelters, and those people find their way back.
Yeah.
Those ones, when the government is involved like that, when social services is involved like that, they understand all the different levels of help that person would need. Apart from the material help, definitely there will need to be psychological evaluation and also help and reinforcements like that. Poor girl, all she was thinking is, I need to get these children off the streets, you know? And so you now hope that after she's done that, the mother too will have some sort of compassion for her children and keep them in a safe place. After all, we've seen really poor people who will look for one little corner, hide their children and say, whatever suffer I need to suffer, that needs to be done, I will go through it so that I keep my children safe. So I guess we need to understand the mindset of this woman who thinks it's safer for her children to be on the road, especially at that time of the night, than to be in a safe place that has been provided for them. If she was hungry, if they were hungry, why didn't she think of leave them in this safe, even animals, chicks, hens and chicks. If in a dangerous situation, they'll look for a hole, put their chicks there, and they'll be the one out there. I mean, that's how you would think a mother would behave. But when a mother puts her children out there as well, you're thinking, okay, what is going on mentally with her?
So in this video, we are giving too much credit to this mother. This is a criminal-minded person who preys on kind people. See,
Could also be that.
she will open shop tomorrow morning because she preys on kind people, on your kindness. When you're going, they'll see them, they'll knock on the door, they'll come, they'll show you the worst side of their pain. Some even disguise. On that our trade fair, some did costume. Put breast that was opened it in the sun. I was wondering if somebody had breast cancer true, can you spread yourself in the sun? Like, as in I went into trade fair. Trade fair can be a busy market.
Yeah.
And before I would finish shopping that time, tomorrow was like a day before Salah. Before I would finish shopping, it was about 4 or 6 hours, and I came out and the person was still lying down. Possible. You cannot be sick. Has to be costume. And true, later they said they beat somebody up in the area for doing that. You know, people like that are wired like that. There's no help you do to them, you'll be the guilty person. Omar Jebini, if you do anything for them, because they believe it's faster to make money that way.
Well, can that be a career, Nima? Let's put it this way. Listen. Why? You see, if begging has solved my problem, that's all just like you said, that's all I have known all my life. If you like, give me house, give me car, give me stove. I'm not interested. I will appreciate it, though. But that begging is my own car. I have perfected it.
They don't accept, just as we said, but you see them, they will accept a bigger help. You okay, she has house. Because they have bigger houses. Let me tell you a funny story. When we were little, a family friend of mine came from the north to Lagos, and they were looking for their grandmother. They were saying this story of how their grandmother was traveling to Lagos with a friend, and they just said she was missing. So they started a search party only to find the woman somewhere in Agege. That friend that brought her to Lagos inducted her into a begging, and the woman was saying, no, I want to see my kids. That's why I followed you. I want to visit my children and surprise them. She did not see those children in 3 months. That her friend would tell her if she doesn't do what she wants, she would hammer. The woman will sit every day. All the money she will collect, she will give her friend. It's a syndicate. These people, see, when you see the worst of them, the heaviest hammer you have, if I were this girl, I'll get her arrested. Number one, get social services because there's one in Lagos under the Ministry of Youth and Sport to get those kids. Then the woman herself, her body go pain her.
Let me go and break. When I come back, you go continue. Stay with us. We'll be right back.